Hello, everybody. Hopefully you have your Perio packet charts. If you can get those out, and I'm going to start to share my screen while you guys are getting those out and get a pencil ready, okay? So I'm going to share my screen while you guys are getting stuff ready. Okay, so we're going to do some Perio charting. You should have your packet and your pencil. Before we start, I want you to watch some videos, especially if you did not Perio chart in class with me. I know for some of us, we ran out of time. I was giving you time to do some skills, so please be sure to watch these videos. They are posted in Canvas for you to see the links there. And then also, I want you to note that some of them I have selected only parts of the video that you need to watch. So for this one here, we want to watch the beginning of the video to minute 329, and then you can fast forward to 405 through 606. Then we're going to fast forward again to 1414 and stop at 1625. You can watch the whole video, that's fine, but you're going to see in this video, sometimes I don't know that this lady, it's good information, but we don't do things quite the same as they do in this office. So just watch those particular segments and that will be helpful. The next video is really the better video. It really goes through like how to write on the chart, and you can actually see her write, like she videoed it correctly. So you can actually see her writing on the chart to know how to write it on your chart, especially if we didn't get to do it together in class. Again, you can stop the video at 509 because at the end of this, she goes over marking the higher number pockets and how to mark bleeding. And we're not going to mark it the way that she does. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you watch the videos. And remember that every office is different and that every doctor and hygienist are going to want you to do things differently, and what you chart is going to be differently. But I do want you to watch these videos first. Okay, so stop our thing here and put it on pause, go watch the videos. Shouldn't take too long, and then come back to me. Okay, see you in a little bit. All right, so we're going to move on. So we have the periodontal charts. This should be your page in your packet. If you were in class, hopefully we did some of this together. Hopefully we got to chart Fred Willow together on that front page. And if we didn't, it's okay. Not a big deal. This chart just has a single charting, so we're going to use it one time. Notice the teeth 1 through 16, 17 through 32, just like our regular charts. And I'm going to move back here. Notice that also with this chart, again, it's just like your universal numbering system. This is the maxillary arch, and then you have your mandibular arch, 1 through 16, 17 through 32. But remember, when we perio chart, you're going to have 3 numbers for the buccal. Remember, that's another term for facial. And then you're going to have 3 numbers for the lingual. So you can see the individual boxes right here that we're going to chart in. And so the hygienist or the doctor is going to call out the missing teeth. We always want to chart the missing teeth first. And so you would put an X through the tooth, and then you're going to X out this box for tooth number 1. Then we're going to also come down here to the lingual for tooth number 1 and mark out this box, because we don't want those numbers on that box either. So you have to mark out all the missing teeth first. Remember, when you mark out the tooth, you're going to do buccal or facial, and then the lingual boxes as well. So each tooth should have 2 sets of boxes that you're going to mark out. Okay, so be sure to do that. That's really super important. If you don't mark out the missing teeth, you're going to be really messed up when you chart numbers. When we chart the numbers, we're going to start on the buccal surface of the most distal tooth. So let's say we're going to start on the distal buccal of tooth number 1. And I start to call out numbers, and my hygienist would call out numbers. So then we would chart the numbers 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. And we would keep going with the numbers all the way across the buckle. Then at this point, the hygienist or the doctor might stop. They might record bleeding. They might record some other things, or they're going to continue around to the lingual. And we're just going to drop right down, just like when we do when we prophy. And we're going to continue back across the arch. So this time we're going to write backwards. Really important. So now we're going to start on the distal lingual of tooth number 16. So the distal lingual of tooth number 16. 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2. So we're writing our numbers from right to left this time. So we're going to go all the way through those numbers. Now when the hygienist or doctor stops probing, they might mark bleeding, they might mark recession, they might tell you other things that they want to notate for this maxillary arch. They might give the patient a chance to swallow. Also, as we're doing these probings, as we see the patient might need to swallow, catch their breath, the hygienist or doctor might take a break and we remove the probe from the patient's mouth and let them swallow. Well, they may have forgotten where they're at during that time. So every so often, the doctor, the hygienist will say, where am I at? Where do I need to pick up? And what they're asking is, what is the next number that they need? So if I've done a couple numbers here and they let the patient swallow, the next number I might need would be number 4, the distal. So I would say distal buccal 4. And I would tell my doctor or my hygienist distal buccal 4, and then they would give me that number and we would continue charting. Every so often, I'm going to stop and I'm going to say, where am I? And I need you guys to look at the next empty slot that you need the number for. What is that position? What area am I in? Am I in the distal, middle, or mid? And I think some of the videos call it direct or straight for this middle point. We call it mid or middle. And then your mesial of the tooth. So don't forget the surfaces. And this is why it's so important. You got to know those surfaces. Distal, mid or middle, mesial. Don't forget when we change over the midline that we have mesial, middle, distal. So don't forget that when we change over the midline for the maxillary and mandibular, where's that midline? We're going to change over. Okay. So just be aware. I know it's a little confusing, but it'll make sense when we start to chart. So this chart I can use 3 times. So we would put today's date down. Make sure you put your patient name here. Make sure you have your name somewhere on the chart as well. But we can use this paper for 3 different times in an office that still does paper charting. We can use it 3 different times for that chart. So again, this one is just a single use. Notice that the box is wide open. So I am required to write 3 numbers in this open slot for tooth number 1. And this would be the buccal. This is the lingual. And this is the mandibular arch. This again would be the lingual. And then this is the buccal. Just like on your charts. Just like on your charts when we're charting. Okay. Buccal, occlusal, lingual. Lingual, occlusal, buccal. Just like on your charts. And don't forget distal. We got the middle or mid number and then the mesial number. This is a PSR. So we do a perio screening for people that aren't in periodontal disease, or we just take a general kind of check really quickly. And what they'll do is they'll probe teeth numbers 1 through 5 and take, like, if all the areas are 2s, they're going to write a 2 right here. Then they're going to probe 6 through 11. And if all the teeth are 1s, they're going to put a 1 for that area. Then they're going to go around to 12 through 16. And if all the areas are 3s, they're going to write a 3, and so on for each of these quadrants. And of course, we're going to have the date and things like that. And then this would get scanned into the patient's chart if we're computerized or digital in the office, or if not, I have lots of different times that I can use this chart. And also notice, like, look at everything that we could be charting. What is the hygienist and the doctor looking for? Am I looking for inflammation? Remember what inflammation shows me? That there could be a sign of some gingivitis. Some exudate. So am I looking for, is there none? Is there some blood? Is there suppuration, which is like infection, like pus? How is the attached gingiva? Is it pink? Is it red? Is it magenta, like bright pink? Is it stippled? Is it glossy? Is it granular? Has it dried out, like a dried up orange? And then they're also looking for the margins. They're looking at the papilla. They're looking at calculus. They're charting oral hygiene. And then I can even write down some different comments and different impressions here. So like I can make lots of notes here. The health, gingivitis, periodontitis, they can, and then make notes here as well. So the charts can actually help the hygienist and remind them, what are they looking for? What are they looking at? Here's another Perio chart. It's very like the one that was the very first one that we just finished looking at. Again, I can use this one 4 times, and this is also in your packet. I can use this one 4 different times. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 with today's date. This one also has a column over here where I can write comments about each individual tooth if I want to, and they're numbered 1 through 32 here. It gives me a page for any alerts that I might need to do. Does the patient need to pre-medicate? And then also some different findings here as well. But most of the charts are all the same, 1 through 16, 17 through 32. I'm going to do the buccal readings and go all the way across the buccal arch. I'm going to drop down and come back across the lingual. So I'm writing backwards here. And then they're going to drop down to the mandibular arch. Now, this is going to be different from hygienist to hygienist, doctor to doctor, their pattern, their routine. We are going to follow the same routine that we would prophying. Okay, so it's the same thing that we would do if we were prophying or even flossing somebody's teeth. Okay, so I'm trying to keep it consistent for everybody. We're going to start on the upper right, go across the buccals, drop around, coming around for the lingual, go back across the lingual. So I'm writing backwards here. Then we're going to drop all the way down to the buccal again of number 32 or whatever the most distal tooth is. Go across the buccal. I'm going to come around 17, the lingual, and come back across the 32. Okay, here we go. So now let's do a Perio chart. Everybody ready? Take a deep breath. Here we go. So your patient's name is John Doe. So find an empty chart. Find a new one. John Doe. Mark out the missing teeth. 1, 4, and 16. So I'm going to hold my paper up here. Hopefully you guys can see. So you're going to mark out 1. And remember, we have to have a box here on the buccal and a box here on the lingual. And then I've also marked out my tooth. 4, same thing, 2 boxes, and 16 here and here. 1, 4, and 16 are missing. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. And if you're not ready, just hit pause, okay? So we're going to start on the distal buccal of tooth number 2. And I've got my chart here, so I'm going to be looking down as I'm reading the numbers. Every so often, I'm going to stop and I'm going to say, where am I? And I want you to look and call it out, even at home, okay? Say it in your head or whatever. So distal buccal of number 2. So this is where I'm going to be. The distal buccal of tooth number 2, right here. So I'm going to get this first reading in this very first box. You're going to write 4, 3, 4. Now we're at the distal buccal of tooth number 3. 4, 3, 4. So now we're going to skip over tooth number 4. You should have it marked out as missing. And we're at the distal buccal of tooth number 5. 4, 3, 2. Now we're at tooth number 6. So the distal number is 3. The middle number is 2, and the mesial number is 3. Now I'm going to keep going. So we're at the distal. So where am I? And everybody should have said distal buccal number 7. And I'm going to continue with the numbers. I'm not going to go slow. We're going to keep on going. 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Where am I? Everybody should have said mesial buccal of number 11. 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Where am I? You should have said mid or middle buccal of 14. 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. So now we should be finished with the buccal maxillary arch. Now we're going to come around. So we're going to come around. So we just finished over here with the numbers. Now we're going to drop down and we're going to work our way back across. So we're at the distal lingual of 15. 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. Where am I? Everybody should have said mesial lingual of 13. 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Where am I? You should have said or thought to yourself, mesial lingual of number 8. So if you're not there, skip over there. Get to the mesial of number 8. Now go to that box on the lingual, mesial lingual number 8. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Where am I? So we should have skipped over tooth number 4. It should be marked out as missing. And we should be at the mesial lingual of number 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now's when your doctor or hygienist might stop and they might record bleeding. We're going to record bleeding as a red dot. And we'll go over this in class and I'll show you. And also on the computer screens, it's going to record it as like a little blood drop. And it's going to be just a dot at those places. So it'll be a little bit easier on the computer. But we're just going to put a red dot beside the numbers that would have bleeding points or anything like that. So they might stop now, give the patient a quick break, maybe even give them a quick rinse. And we're finished with the maxillary arch. So now we're going to go down to the mandibular arch. We're going to go all the way down to the facial. So if you look at your paper, we just finished the maxillary arch. We're going to drop down all the way down to the bottom of your paper, all the way down to the bottom of your paper for tooth number 32 on the buccal. Okay, remember buccal's another term for facial. So we're going to start here. So we're at the distal buccal of tooth number 32. Now we have no missing teeth down here. So you're going to have to keep up, okay? Distal buccal of 32. 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3. Where am I? You should have said distal buccal of 29. 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. Where am I? You should have said middle or mid buccal 27. 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Where am I? Now this is where we crossed over the midline. So look again. You should have said mesial buccal of 23. 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. We should be coming around. So we're going to go up the paper to the lingual, distal lingual of 17. Everybody ready? Distal lingual 17. 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3. Where am I? Everybody should have said mid or middle lingual 19. 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. Where am I? So you should have said distal lingual 22. And if you're not there, get there. Distal lingual 22. 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Where am I? You should have said mesial lingual 27. 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. And we should be done. And again, now the doctor or the hygienist is going to go back and they're going to tell you any bleeding points or any recession that they might see in the gingival tissues. They're going to make any notations or get you to make any notations, anything that they might see in the patient's mouth at this point. So hopefully you did okay. Please write down any questions that you had or issues, or if you just didn't get it, it's okay. Go back and watch it again, and maybe you'll pick it up the second time. Watch the videos again now that we've gone through it. And maybe that way it'll make better sense. But, and you can erase it. Hopefully you did it in pencil and you can erase it. Or get another chart. Just find another blank page and that's fine. And I'll replace this page when you guys come back to class. Not a problem at all. But write down any questions or issues you had after you chart. Please email them to me so that way I can look everything over and be able to answer questions as a whole when we're in class together. But be sure to bring these packets, bring your packet with you when you come to class. Make sure you bring it so that way we can continue to chart. So make sure you bring your periodontal chart packet back with you. And we're going to start to transition over to computer charting pretty soon. We've got to nail down the periodontal charting on paper first, but hopefully that will take, just a day or two next week, and we'll be like running right into periodontal charting. We're going to pick up with instruments pretty fast. So we're rocking and rolling, guys. Okay. Important for you guys to please, 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 please do any book work or reading or watching videos at home. So we are ready to go into the skill, onto the computers, into the lab when we are in class. That is so essential right now with all the snow and weather and only seeing you 2 days a week. It's really important that you guys do this work at home on your virtual days so that way we can rock and roll in the lab. If you don't, that's on you and you're going to be lost. So sorry, but not sorry. All right, guys. Hope everybody stays safe out there this evening. Drive careful if you're out driving. And I'll see you next week. Bye.